Stop! You can't pass through here! The sharp command sliced through the airport's hum of rolling suitcases and murmuring voices. Heads turned. Conversations stopped mid-sentence. There, standing motionless, was Sergeant Samuel Harper, a tomb guard from Arlington National Cemetery. His crisp uniform gleamed. White gloves gripped the handle of a flag-draped casket beside him. This wasn't just a box. This was his brother-in-arms, Private First Class Daniel Walsh, being escorted home. But now, here, an airport manager blocked his path, hand hovering over the sacred flag. "You don't touch the flag." Harper's voice cut through the chaos, low and unwavering. Travelers froze, phones lowered. What no one here knew, not the staff, not the passengers, was that Danny Walsh had once saved Harper's life. And the real shock? A general was already en route to set things right. Before this story continues, let us know where you're watching from in the comments. And if stories of honor touch your heart, hit subscribe to support this channel. Back in Washington, D.C.'s bustling international airport, Harper stood firm. His shoes shone like mirrors. The tomb guard badge on his chest glinted under the terminal lights. Today wasn't Arlington. Today, his duty brought him here, to chaos, to impatience, to disrespect. But the promise he carried wasn't made in words. It was made in a firefight, under desert skies, where Danny had laughed, fought, and finally fallen to save his squad. Harper remembered Danny's easy grin under the stars. "If I don't make it, Sam, bring me home right. Full honors, main concourse, no back doors." 3 days ago, that promise became real. Danny, only 25, was gone, killed during a classified mission. Now Harper's every step carried the weight of that vow. Across the terminal, Danny's mother, Maggie Walsh, stood with her granddaughter, Emma. A military nurse herself, Maggie bore the scars of wars past. Her son was her pride, now her loss. Emma, wide-eyed, tugged her sleeve. "Grandma, is that Danny's plane?" Maggie's throat tightened as she nodded, unable to speak. Upstairs in an office, operations manager James Thornton frowned at his screen. "A military procession, through the main concourse, not on my watch," he muttered. Efficiency was his creed. Delays were his enemy. "Service corridors exist for a reason," he snapped at his assistant Sarah. "Get it rerouted." Sarah hesitated. "Sir, the director approved this route." Thornton's jaw clenched. He glanced at the wall of efficiency awards behind him. 19 flights were scheduled during this peak window. "No exceptions," he said coldly. Meanwhile, Harper stood like a pillar in the arrivals hall. Travelers slowed. Some snapped photos. Most rushed by, unaware of the moment's gravity. Harper's hand brushed the photo in his pocket, him and Danny grinning in the desert. Their bond forged in fire, their promise now a burden Harper refused to break. Danny was gone because of him, because he'd shoved Harper out of the line of fire that night. Saved his life at the cost of his own. Harper's jaw tightened. This isn't just an escort, he thought. This is everything. Thornton hurried toward the procession, map in hand. "Sergeant," he barked, "I've prepared an alternative route, service corridor. Quicker, no disruption." Harper didn't flinch. "Private First Class Daniel Walsh will proceed through the main terminal, as arranged." Thornton frowned. "You're delaying thousands." Harper's eyes locked on his. "A temporary delay, but dishonor lasts forever." "You're making this difficult," Thornton hissed. His hand moved to gesture toward the casket, the flag. Harper's gloved hand shot out, gripping Thornton's wrist. Gasps rippled through the crowd. "Don't touch the flag," Harper said, steel in his whisper. Silence fell. Veterans in the crowd stiffened, recognizing the line that had almost been crossed. Sarah froze. "Sir," she said softly, "the director approved this." Thornton's face reddened. The crowd grew. A Marine vet stepped forward. "I lost brothers. 2, he rasped. "Let this soldier pass with honor." Maggie's voice, quiet but strong, rose behind him. "My son died saving his squad. You will not shame his homecoming." Thornton's composure cracked. His hand dropped. At that moment, the airport director arrived, Captain Evelyn Carter, a retired Army officer. Her voice cut the tension. "Mr. Thornton, step aside." She turned to Harper. "Sergeant, continue as planned." Grumbling, Thornton backed away. Carter lifted the terminal mic. "Ladies and gentlemen, please form a corridor of honor for a fallen soldier." The terminal transformed. Laptops shut, phones pocketed. Businessmen, teenagers, parents lined the concourse. Harper led the casket. Forward. Not a sound, not a murmur. The building itself seemed to hold its breath. The procession neared the exit. Maggie and Emma stood waiting. Emma clutched a daisy. Maggie grasped Harper's hand. "You kept your promise," she whispered, eyes shining. Harper pulled the photo from his pocket. "For you. For Danny." Emma stepped forward. "You're my hero." "Uncle Danny," she whispered, placing the daisy on the flag. Even Thornton stood, head bowed, clipboard forgotten. "Sergeant," he murmured, "I was wrong." Harper met his eyes, silent forgiveness passing between them. The hearse waited outside. Harper's salute held firm until the vehicle disappeared down the road. The crowd stood motionless, reverent. In that airport, time paused. Efficiency gave way to dignity. Duty outweighed convenience. That night, Harper returned to Arlington. Under the quiet stars, he resumed his watch at the tomb of the unknown soldier. 21 steps. A pause. 21 steps back. His duty, his promise, fulfilled. Some promises last longer than life itself. Some moments demand we stop, remember, and honor sacrifice. Let this story remind us all. Duty is not just action, it is heart. Courage, standing firm when it matters most. For Danny, for every soldier who never came home, for every tomb guard who keeps silent watch. If you visit Arlington, pause, listen. You may hear the quiet echo of honor carried on the wind. This is their legacy. This is our debt to remember.